check the clutch plates.
All right, they're frozen. All right, so you haven't done a cold start.
No.
Oh, goody. So you've got the clutch plates out, you've cleaned them, you put them back together, you feel like
Right.
they're separating okay.
Yeah, so now we have to test that, of course.
Interesting. I don't even know how to adjust these springs. I haven't worked on these little guys. So you've got these, they're way the heck up.
But I just had to, enough to hold it in.
Okay, so are you going to go down flush with the
Well, they were
center
not
bolt?
flush when I took them out, but yes.
How deep in there is that? My God, that's way in there. How weird. Okay, I'll leave you to this side because
Yeah.
I want to show people this other side. Oh my gosh, the shifter just wasn't tight. It kept the shifter would shift, but the shifting shifter, the internals, it was just sliding. It was just slipping. Okay, so I took the Das bolt out, and I want to show you what the situation here is because it's really critical. First of all, there are no splines on this shift shaft. Second, somebody's actually drilled here trying to put in a set screw. Okay? Thirdly, the shifter itself is spineless, not spineless, splineless. It is without spline. It is smooth. And it's not the one that somebody drilled. I don't think. I don't know what that notch is. Would that notch match that? Maybe so. Maybe that they had put a... It's hard to tell. It doesn't, it's not threaded. I honestly don't... The correction is to replace this shifter shaft, take it apart, replace this whole unit, and get a whole new shifter that has some splines in it. All of which isn't going to happen because the budget has been exceeded. So all I can do is try to put some shimming material maybe in here and try to tighten it down as tight as I can. Maybe even get a grade 8 bolt. Look at that, look at that. This is going to be the proper repair for this problem is throw a lot of money at it. So I got nothing for you. You can't get it on far enough to catch splines, mainly because there are no splines in here. See if I can get this guy to hang on. Let's see. I mean, it is splineless. It is smooth. It's got nothing to grab. Looks like somebody's jammed some nails in there, maybe there, trying to get it to grip. I'll try that too, in that groove. I just, I'm gonna put it together the best I can. I just don't know. All right, Kevin has allowed me to sacrifice one of his sets of lesser expensive feeler gauges. I've taken a 5/1000 gauge out of here and made a shim to go around that shaft. So I'm going to try to get this around the shaft between the shaft and the shifter lever. Let's see how this will work. Like that, see if I can get it on there. Also, a piece of 10 gauge copper wire out of some wiring I'm going to try to go in straight in here between the, where's the lever? Here it is. In this area, I'm going to tap some in there and see if I can get it to tighten this thing up. Probabilities, oh, somewhere between slim and none, but we'll see what happens. I'll talk about what I did to fix this, make this shifter not slip. Not necessarily fixed, but make it not slip in just a moment. But in the meantime, I'm just going to show you. There's Kevin over there polishing nuts and bolts. Just the same way.
When you can't fix anything really broken, you know, do something nonsensical.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Take some nuts and bolts
That's
and
right.
polish them.
Up. Make yourself feel good.
Okay, so let's go back to this. Here's what I did. Okay, this is Rube Goldberg, shade tree, every description you can come up with. Okay, Kevin allowed me to take a 5/1000 feeler gauge and make a shim for this. And if you look really, really close, you can actually see the shim. It's about 3/4 of the way around. I also have right here, some of this probably 10 gauge solid copper electrical wire. I made a piece to go inside here between the pinch. Then I used a drift to come down through the hole and force that copper piece up against the shaft. Then I put the bolt, then I put it on using a impact generating what inertia?
Inertia, I don't know.
Inertia overcoming large weighted freaking hammer to tap it onto the shaft. And then at the same time, it mushes down the copper wire a little bit. Then I put Das Bolt in here and tighten the ever-loving heck out of it. And it is now tight. At least it doesn't slip like it did before. Will it hold? I give it about a 25% chance of holding for a while. Now, here's the situation. Every single person watching this video knows for a fact the way to fix this is to take this cover off, and the shifter shaft is probably just inside this cover. If not, it's inside the transmission. Well, either way, that shaft, whatever it's attached to, should be replaced.
Yep.
Ergo, this guy, who is completely spineless also, needs to be replaced. Those things need to be replaced. That involves a teardown of this whole assembly. The client just bought this bike. He doesn't even know if he likes it because he hadn't ridden it yet, right? Is that true?
That's my understanding,
It came in here non-running.
Correct.
Okay, we now have a bike that runs, and we have a shifter that shifts, and Kevin has been over here cleaning the clutch, and the clutch now clutches, and he's got the cover over here with all clean nuts to put it, bolts to put it back together, and we're ready to put it back together. At that point in time, theoretically, we should have a bike that the owner can ride long enough to decide if he wants to put more effort into it at a later date. Okay? So this is going to give him a bike he can at least ride and decide that he likes or doesn't. And if he wants to keep it and play with it and have fun with it, he can, at a later date, bring it back, and we will replace these parts that should be replaced. And if he decides, well, that was fun and expensive, and I really don't like the bike anyway, he can decide what to do. So that's the end of our mandate, and we'll hope to have a bike that Kevin can test ride today. Theoretically, is that correct?
Yep.
It should run. It should shift. It should. A lot of shoulds there.
Yeah.
You know what's the old saying? Don't should on yourself.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. So this has been a kick. We're going to close up this primary and see what happens. All right, so we just adjusted the rear brake. Got a good rear brake. Front brakes were replaced. Bike is coming down. We've got the primary closed up. That's a royal weave because Kevin did all that. And he's going to do, this is a first cold start after it having run pretty good yesterday morning.
Yes. Yeah, it was running great yesterday.
It was running great yesterday morning. So it's going to be a cold start. And as we laughingly refer to a cold start when it's 75 degrees outside. But yeah, it's a cold start. And then he's going to do a test ride. If it runs, we're going to do a test ride. One shot of CRC down the
Yep.
throat of the carburetor. Oh, you're gonna ride it, aren't you?
Yep. Get that out of the way. Make sure the brakes actually work.
All right. And the first rollout. This is where we find out whether or not the gears work, clutch works, and make a decision on the hard start. At this point in time, I mean, seriously, it warm starts beautifully. All right. Let's see if it goes into gear cleanly. Into gear cleanly. All right, good clutch action. All right, he's disappeared already down the end of the block. So we'll wait for him to come back. And here he comes. All one cylinder popping. Sounds to me like he's got all the gears. Okay, we are now action. Okay,
She's fine.
really?
Runs fine. Shifts fine. You know, obviously the brakes are drum brakes, even though they're new shoes, they're still drum brakes. So
Okay.
you gotta be thinking ahead, but she stops fine. The biggest problem for me is the small space between here and here. I had to get my toe in there cockeyed.
Well, let me tell you, big guy, I put that thing on there. It ain't coming off.
Good, and that's what we want. I still can't guarantee it forever, and
No.
I won't, because it's not right. As you said earlier, the correct fix.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to say this out loud, even though if we could get a drill down there to drill through the lever and this shaft, which I'm not sure if there's clearance to get a power drill down there. We could put a bolt all the way through the shaft.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to do it. That's,
Okay.
you know,
All right.
the owner
Yeah, wait,
needs to take responsibility. The biggest issue is a cold starter, and as we've said, this is not the spec carburetor for this motorcycle. It's a 28 millimeter manifold, and this is a 26 millimeter. I don't know if that has anything to do with the starting or not. I don't know. That would be the next step, is to try the spec carburetor.
At this point in time, I would say a new Premier carburetor
Yep.
would be a really good thing to do in order to satisfy the cold start syndrome.
Yep.
Because once we shoot it with a shot of starter fluid, from that point on, it runs and it runs and it
Absolutely.
runs.
Fires right up. She's
And-
happy as a clam.
All right. So
Yep.
the things that we're now publicly going to advise is ride it, enjoy it, decide whether or not he likes it. If he does, bring it back. We can get a nice new Premier and put it on there. I assume they make a 28 millimeter Premier.
928, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Get a nice new Premier carburetor on there. And if necessary, do something to satisfy the problems with that right hand, the shift lever assembly. If it slips again, I'd have to declare it unrepairable without replacing the shaft and the lever.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree.
so that's where we just had a very successful test ride, and we're going to leave it at that. Okay,
Absolutely.
you good with that? I'm good with that.
Yep. No, she runs lovely.
It's funny because you said you're going to go end of block, come
Yeah.
back, short test ride.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, not if he's having fun.
No, it was fun. I thought, okay, it's doing fine, so let me push it just a little farther.
Uh-huh.
Went around, made several turns, came to a full stop, not quick stop, but nice full stop, dropped right into idle, because sometimes we have that happen, you stop and it dies.
Yep.
Not a problem with that. Again, the clutch and clutch plates are now free and working just fine. No, she's a lovely bike. She just doesn't want to get up in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna. What's the old saying? Stick a fork in it and call it done.
Yeah.
That's Richard's favorite saying. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay. Later. Bye.